All right, let's get to this. South Carolina. All right, South Carolina. You're going to notice here 50 draws. I've been doing different things all the way up to 500 to see how this thing reacts. I honestly prefer the special filter that just does like 8 through 18 or 9 through 18 or whatever you want and get rid of all this other stuff that doesn't hit as often. But you'll notice 15 is up there in the second position at 50. If you go down to 25, 15's at the top. Okay. 60 draws would be about the same. Let's go 200. 15 still up there. Reason why I say 15, I did not intend that, but I'm going to show you here. So if you go to keys out, for the evening, 5 is out, 9, but here I believe 5 is something to look at because it's out 13. So, and then also I'd like to say the 2 or the 7 because that's part of the same V track or neighbors or A track, one of them. So one of those will probably be hitting here too. So along with the 5, I think it's worth, it's worth a shot. So, but I want to show you something. I've been working on this, and this stuff here is to come later. I'll more on this in a week or so. Some stuff I've been working on, and I updated this here to my main options. And this is where I have a loadout now. So now I can just come in here and hit load. It's all in there for me. And I put an X next to things just like you do in the other breakdown thing, but NOS or whatever. But I like this. Just put an X here. And then when I want to use it, just get rid of the X. All right. So more on this stuff later. Okay. This stuff is really cool. And I've been following it on paper for the month of December, and it is going to be very useful. But more on that later. So if you go down here, you can notice here I have the double blue, the double pink, the double yellow, but I also have full double. So this is like, if I just not sure which one it is separately, I'll just use all of them. All right. When I say that, I'm talking about this right here. See this? That's what I'm talking about. See that big giant gap right there? That's not typically the typical. See that? But if I don't know exactly which one, then I can break it down just by doing all of them, which, it's still 164 numbers. But then if you don't think there's going to be a double, that brings it way down. And then once you get down below that line, I have the basic stuff. I have the 0, 1, 2, 3. I have the all evens and stuff removed here. Remember, there's an X next to this stuff. I just go ahead and remove the X when I want to use it. So right now I'm just going to hit start. And I'll show you here. I got 220 box numbers. And what I do then is I can go down here and start using whatever I want to use, right? Okay. Now I'll maybe get in more of the stuff later, what I have in here and why I have it in here. I'll probably add things, take things away. I like to keep extra pair ones in here and extra numbers because I'm always adding numbers. It's easier for me to just throw them in here sometimes from the frequency chart and stuff, All right. So first things first. South Carolina. I'm going to try to keep this under 10 minutes. So South Carolina, look at this. No yellow. You notice that? No yellow. There hasn't been a yellow since the 26th. See that? So get ready for a yellow. That's what I believe is worth going for. So that being said, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to copy the yellow. See that? Copy the yellow because I believe one of these will be hitting. Now I'm going to bring this over here. I'm going to go down to my first pair here. It doesn't matter which one I do it on. Drop that in there. Now I could, like I said, I could have it in here as Derek's SBP colors in yellow. But this way I can actually see the pairs, and I like to be able to see them to evaluate them. So I'm going to hit start, and that's going to bring me to 121 box numbers to start with. High chance the winner's in here tonight. The reason why I say that is yellow has not hit now in 8 draws. And you'll notice that is the longest that it's been out all the way since almost into August, probably into August. And actually, if I go to evening alone and look and see how long it's been out for, that is also the same. It has, and we're going back into almost May. So there should be a yellow coming up. So this right here, there's going to be a yellow dropping here any draw now. And that's one of these numbers right here. So the win will come from this. Any draw now, and I'm hoping tonight. Now, like I said, 5, key 5. That's what I'm looking at. So here, I'm going to drop it in here. Key 5. Now we're going to hit start. Where are we at? Now we're at 33 box numbers. All right, so hopefully that 5. Now, I could say the 2 or the 7 because I like that 2 and 7. Now, I'm going to just, I don't want to jump the gun yet, but I'm going to show you something I did here. Let's just jump the gun real quick. Here we go. Look over here. I really like the 4, 5, 6. That's what I like. That's my favorite one for South Carolina. But being with what I just said, 1, 2, 5, 0, 2, 5. Those are my favorites. That's what I'm saying is my favorite right there. That one and that one. But, these 5 box numbers, these are my favorites. The reason why I got it down to this, first, let's go back over there so I can show you. We're down to 33 box numbers here. And what I did is I went over to the boxed. I really like this 13 pair here. So what I did is I grabbed, okay, that's Minnesota's. Let's go to South Carolina real quick here because I use this because this has been proven to be very accurate. So you grab, oh, there's the Minnesota number, damn it, or Wisconsin today. Oh, I thought there was going to be a 0 or a 5 today, and sure enough, it's freaking that number right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're going to bring that over to the 13 pairs right here. Hey, and this was today's for Wisconsin. The winner was not in there. It was a double, though, so I hate doubles. So let's go ahead and drop this in there. So one of these, I'm going to bank on one of these today for South Carolina because I do believe that will be dropping. It's been pretty accurate. I'm going to drop those in there. Now we're down to this many numbers, and that number's not in there. Interesting, that 4, 5, 6 is not in there. So I don't know if I did that earlier. I must not have did that. Or maybe I did it with without having that information. So interesting. So it'll be interesting to see how these ones here compare. And the reason why I got it down to this is because if you look at this in box form, look at this. Look at the 1, 2 sum. It's been 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. That's going to be flipping, but I actually think it's going to flip on the front too. I think it's going to be a 1. I think a 1's coming on the front. So I just removed that. And then I removed, what did I remove? I removed all curve, and I removed I removed in and out, and I removed spike, trough, spike, trough. That's what I removed. Those repeats here, and I removed that. So maybe I shouldn't have removed all those repeats, but that's what I did. But now I want to copy this and just see what remains in here. This will be interesting now that I have it set a little differently. But don't forget these numbers. I do like those ones. Start. Oh, look at that. There's that 1, 2, 5 and that 0, 2, 5. Those were just saying were my favorites. So those are my favorite ones for South Carolina tonight for evening because I like the 2 or the 7 with it. I'm not going to break down, freaking not going to break down anything else. I was going to say this here. I think there will be a mixed bag here on the even, odd, high, low mix, which would give you the same amount because if you look at this, you'll notice the top 4. There hasn't been a hit in 3 draws between these top 4. So I think one of those will be coming back tonight. And I'm not going to say which one, but I do like, honestly, I do like the high because those 2 are the longest ones out. But that does not fit the bill over here, does it? But if you look at it without doing what I just did, that one's still in there. But that was not 4, 5, 6 did not make it after I put these pairs in there. So that's interesting. So I'm not a big fan of that. So maybe, I don't know. I'm kind of confused now with these pairs here because I know a yellow is likely. And I don't want to break down too much right now. I'm going to keep it under 10 minutes here. So that's what I'm going to stop with. But hope that helps a little bit. Definitely a yellow, probably a 5, and hopefully a 2 or a 7 come together. Maybe do your own workout in that, but maybe you'll come up with something similar to this and try to find a common denominator get a win tonight in South Carolina. So that'll be it. 10 minutes. Bye.